everybody. I'm going to give it a few minutes. My lower back has been like a thing lately, so bear with me as I position myself down. I hope we're all feeling good today. I'll begin in like a minute or two. Hello. I won't keep you all too long because I know it's 11 a.m. where I am. So I'd like you to have the rest of your Sunday, and I have another sound bath to prepare for later. And if you're in New York, the info is in my bio. If you can make it, please do. So wherever you are, if you are at home, just try to find a comfortable position. If you're out and about, totally fine. Put on some headphones if you got them. Taking a deep breath in and releasing. Taking another deep breath in. Nothing to do or strive for. This is simply your moment to receive. And we'll get started. if you need it. Maybe another big deep breath. Putting your hands toward the sky if you are laying down or standing. Feeling gratitude for the time that you took for yourself today, and extending my gratitude to you for you being here with me today. Super grateful. So how was that for you guys? How was that? And I will save the stuff. Oh, sorry, my lower back is the thing right now, but I will save this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tabby. I love you. Thank you so much. Yes, that is a lot of the things that I do. I do sound baths, certified meditation guide internationally. I'm a Reiki master, and I love this more than anything. Music has always been sort of my life, in terms of one of my deepest loves. And it was dance before that. And I played other instruments growing up, but I didn't see this when I was younger, but, allow your creativity and your passions to evolve, right? You never know where it's going to lead you. And sound, and sound healing music helped me a lot. Probably about 6 years ago now, through things that I was going through, 7 years with my mom. I used to play some of this stuff with her towards the end of her life when she was about to join the cosmos with cancer, to try to help her get some sleep, because it does reduce cortisol levels and reducing inflammation in the body, which can help promote better sleep, balancing the left and right side of the brain, the heart rate, all the things we need to actually get rest. And that's really what made me get into this even more, was using this stuff with her at the end of her life. So yeah, you never know what's going to bring you to a particular place or passion or calling. I would not have known that it would be the passing of my mom that would bring me to this, but it did. And in a way, that was a gift, right, from it. So I'm super grateful. With that, this is the eclipse in Pisces. I hope you're all feeling well. It is, I believe it's trine Jupiter, so that's a really good thing. There could be, some wishes coming in, I hope that for each and every one of you. Lean into practices like this, right? Pisces is usually the 12th house of spirituality, meditation, solitude. So lean into your practices today during this time, especially over the next couple of days while we're in this particular energy. I believe it's at a Gemini degree, if I'm not mistaken. So Gemini rules the lungs, right? And even our speech. So if there are mantras or meditations that you listen to, I invite you to do that. We don't have to do meditation necessarily alone. That's why there are meditation teachers like myself and many other people. It's really about getting attuned, right? Tuning people to a particular frequency and state of being. So do that, right? There's a bunch of things on YouTube. I have a YouTube you can listen to also, but if you don't want to listen to mine, that's fine. You can I recommend doing it. And your breath, right? Gemini with the lungs. So definitely the breath is something we often take for granted because it's like an involuntary thing in our bodies. But let's use each breath intentionally, because each one is a gift, right? Without the breath, we're dead. so let's be grateful for each one. Each one is a miracle. Each one is a gift. I invite you to just rest sort of in that truth and become even more grateful for the breath that you do have. And with that, I'm gonna pick just a couple of cards for the collective here and all those connected to me. Just for like little messages for you. And then I will leave you alone for the day. Because I am a Pisces, so this is a big eclipse for me. I'm a sun in Pisces, and I'm also a Sag moon, so it's also like almost squaring me, but not really. It's squaring my south node, really. So I'm really letting go of things, for sure. Oh, look at that already. 2 things came out already. Attracting and not chasing. Right, so this card says, and I love that the 2 cards are purple and I'm wearing purple, so we're all on that. we're on the vibes, right? Attracting, not chasing. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlining chasing energy. Yeah, I don't like that word. Right? Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. We were just talking about gratitude, right? And I love that because like Pisces is also like the dreamer, right? So like what are our biggest dreams right now? And not to think from a place of fear, like you could never have it. Like Pisces is where things are possible. Anything is possible. I'm a dreamer. Hello, that is for sure. And the next card was unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. Right, so I love that. Remember I said like the Jupiter thing, right? Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So unlimited, right? This is like lots and lots of ideas. Pisces is also like super creative, right? Like I'm also a poet and all these things. So at the bottom of the deck is deservingness, which is also a purple card. And it says you are a beloved child of God. And I'm not speaking religion here, so whatever that means to you, you could say the universe, spirit, whatever works, like everyone else. And you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God, spirit, or the universe, and the angels, or your guides, can see how amazing you truly are. Right? So that's the card at the bottom of the deck. So for me, that's always like underlining energy. So when we talk about fear, that usually comes from a rooted place of feeling like we don't deserve it when it comes to the things that we want to create in our lives, or what we feel like our purpose or our passion is, or what we want to do for work, or whatever the thing is, right? If it's money, if it's love, if it's the house you want to buy, whatever it is, know that you do deserve it, right? Like a lot of these fears are conditioned into us. When we were born, we weren't born thinking that we couldn't have something. So think about like children, right? And how fearless they sort of are before people start to tell them no or make them feel judged for expressing themselves fully. Like when I was a kid, really young, probably younger than 8, I remember saying music is my life. I wanted to be a ballerina in the Nutcracker, right? That was my thing. I loved music always. And, you know, fear and rejection and self-worth issues and all these other things that you go through as a kid really made me shy away from doing all of those things. I did ballet, I did all the things. I was in dance for a long time. But never pursuing it as fully as like my heart really wanted to. But then later in life, I went back to it, but differently, right? Allowing the creative thing to evolve. I went back to it. I was in a hip hop dance crew. I ended up performing at Alvin Alley, all of the things, right? So when you know that you deserve it, and when you're really in that space of knowing like the right things will show up for you, but you have to be it in order to attract it to you. So that's just like an example of how that happened for me. Poetry, I wrote since I was 9 years old. Never shared it with anybody until I volunteered for a blind man, Steve Cannon, rest in peace, my mentor. I volunteered for him for 5 years, and he was a writer, an author, and he ran a nonprofit for artists and writers. It's called The Gathering of the Tribes. You can look them up if you want to and support them, please. He passed away like a year after my mom, but the deal was, in order for me to volunteer with him, I had to read him my poetry. Now, I had never shared it with anybody. Shared it with him, and he supported me and pushed me into sharing it and getting published, and now I've been published 8 times. So you gotta, like, you will meet, right? Remember when it said you will meet, you know, the right people to support your divine life purpose, and do the inner work of, like, really loving yourself. And it's so easy to say. If you struggle with that, you can always reach out to me. That's part of sometimes what I do privately with people as well, because that's been a journey over here, guys. That has been a journey. But look at the magic that happens when you do, right? 2 beautiful experiences in my life. I performed poetry at the United Nations, like things like this. I never would have thought, because I just used to keep all my notebooks to myself. Poetry was the way that I navigated life. I never thought I'd perform at the UN in front of, like, officials there and all these people. Never in a million years. I didn't think my book would hang in the Whitney Museum, but it did, right? So anything is possible. That's my only reason for sharing that information. So I hope that that inspires you to, you know, take a chance. Take a chance on yourself. Take a chance to dream. And we'll pull another card. Look at this. Speed up and get the results you want. So if you're, like, hesitating on anything, right? If you're hesitating on anything, what did I just say about taking that leap, right? About taking that leap and taking a chance on yourself. So now is the time. And the other card that popped out was study. Like, let love show you how to learn from each other. So, you know, it's also about being okay with, like, being a perpetual student, right? Like, there's always more to learn. When we think we know everything, life will teach you you know nothing. The only thing you know is you know nothing, right? Anything's possible. So be open to learning from others. If there's somebody out there who even does what it is that you would like to do, you know, maybe study them a little bit in terms of, because they're doing something right? It's not competition. We can learn from each other. So align yourself with people that are either working on similar things or already there, or have particular skill sets or even ways of being that you would like to embody. I invite you to, you know, it's really a way to create the environment in which you can grow to your highest potentials, right? Okay, and then one more card, and then I promise I'm leaving because I gotta call my dad. Okay, we get the 7 of Swords, right? So that's really a part of, like, where are we avoiding the tasks that we need to do? Where are we not being honest with ourselves, right? Where are we sort of, like, not really being strategic about things? Like, I invite you to be really, really honest with yourself, right? And then it's the Fool reversed. So where are we sort of being reckless, right? The South Node in Virgo. Virgo is really about, like, our routines. What are our strategies around things? So, like, what are we not putting the work into? Remember, Saturn is back in Pisces, right? So Saturn is all about discipline and work. So where can we sort of let go of, I don't want to call it foolish behavior because that sounds like a judgment. But, like, where are we holding back? Right? Because the Fool is also about, like, taking that leap, right? There's, like, this theme around, like, where are we avoiding taking the next step towards the dream? Where are we sort of negative self-talk and telling us it's not possible, so we don't, or we come up with all the excuses why we can't, or we use, I'm too busy, I'm busy. Are we? Are we keeping ourselves busy so that we avoid doing what it is that we need to do to get the things that we want in life, right? Sure, anybody can keep themselves busy, but busy, is it productive? Or is it another form of escapism? Escapism isn't just alcohol or drugs or whatever it is. It can also be people. It can be overloading our schedules with things. I've surely done that in life, kept myself so busy that I couldn't do the things that I know I should be working on, right? So yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope you really enjoyed this. I love you all. And, you know, that's it. Have a beautiful day and have a beautiful super moon. And I will see you here next time. Thank you, everybody. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, Alize, yeah, girl. Listen, I'm just as guilty. You're not by yourself. You're not by yourself at all. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Oh my God, I have to do my hair. Look at that. The humidity and me don't get along. Okay, bye. Bye, everyone.